We're going to replace our rear differential cover. It's located in the back of the vehicle, right in the center of the rear differential. Now you want to start by getting a drain bucket or a catch can, because we're going to open this up and your rear differential oil is going to drain out. What we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom here, working out back and forth. You can use a 13mm socket and start removing these bolts. Let's go ahead and remove our lower bolt here. We left a bolt up on the top here. Now there's a reason for that. We're going to go ahead and use a small pry tool here to go ahead and pop the cover off the bottom. That's going to allow us the cover to remain on here, but let the fluid drain out from the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and drain out our differential oil here. Let's go ahead and loosen our last upper bolt. Take that out. Use our pry tool and remove the rest of this differential cover here. Set the cover aside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some solvent. I'm going to wipe the face here. I want to make sure that's clean of any oils and any chemicals. Once that's dry, we're going to go ahead and put some gasket maker on the cover itself. I'm going to go all the way around the perimeter and we're going to spread this evenly. Now if you have a gasket for this, you can go ahead and use a gasket. We're choosing to use a gasket RTV material for this. I'm going to go ahead and spread this evenly. Okay, once we have that spread nice and even, we're going to let that set for just a couple of minutes. While we're letting that set, let's go ahead and clean the face off the differential. We're going to use some solvent, clean off the face here, and make sure that you have no residual gasket on there. Make sure there's no oils, differential fluid, clean all that up. Good to line up our diff cover. Now the center of the cover that has a raised rib goes right where the ring gear is. I'm going to line this up. Get that into place. I'm going to go ahead and get our top center bolt started. Bottom center. And then we'll do the other bolts working our way around. Now I did go ahead and clean the heads of the bolts with our wire brush. Go ahead and get the rest of these installed, and then we'll snug them down. Now when tightening this down, you don't want to over tighten it and distort the cover itself. So we're just going to snug these down. We're going to do it evenly. Now what I'm going to do is come back with a regular ratchet. And I just want to make sure those are snug, but not super tight. I'm just going to work our way around the perimeter. Once we have this tight, you want to go ahead and let this set up for about an hour to an hour and a half. If you're using a RTV type material, you're going to let this cure up before we go ahead and fill this up with differential fluid. Now on the front side of our differential is a diff fill plug right here. Probably going to have some grime in there, so I'm just using a bristle brush to try and get in there and clean this out. And what you're going to use is a regular 3/8 drive ratchet on this, or a breaker bar, to go ahead and unthread this. Let's go ahead and install our tool right here. Let's go ahead and unthread this unit. You can go ahead and remove your fill plug. All right, so we have our diff fluid here. We have our bottle and our hose. I'm going to go ahead and start filling the differential. You're going to want to use the manufactured specified gear oil for the differential. And we're going to continue to fill this until the gear oil starts to come out of this hole. At that point there, we'll go ahead and install our plug and snug that down. So we did have a little bit of gear oil dribbling out of this here, so we know that it's full. Another good way to check is to just put your pinky in, and you want to check, and you want to make sure that the fluid level is the same height as the fill port here. We come out and there is gear oil right there. So we know that we're right at the top. Let's go ahead and install our plug. Now in doing this job here, you also want to make sure that the vehicle is on level ground. So go ahead and snug this down now. And once it bottoms out, just give it that little bit extra.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.